Hello, my fabulous second graders, and welcome to your flipped video for this week. I am Miss Holmes, and if you do not know me, I am one of the second grade teachers here at VAVA, and I'm going to be teaching you reading this week. So we are just going to dive right in. Today we are going to be talking about making predictions. This is Virginia SOL 2.8a and 2.8b. All right, what does it mean to make predictions? A prediction is a guess you make based on the pictures, titles, headings, text, and your own personal experiences before you begin to read. When you make a prediction, you think ahead while reading and anticipating information and events in the text. After making your predictions, you can read through the text and refine, revise, or verify your predictions. So, in short, a prediction is just a good guess about what's going to happen in a book based on clues using pictures, words, and your own ideas. It's kind of like estimation in math. So you've probably heard of the word prediction before. And just like this says, it's a guess, which means it's okay if your prediction is not right. It's okay if you make a prediction at the beginning of a book and then you get through and your prediction changes because you find out new information or you learn something new in the book and it changes your prediction. It's also okay if your prediction is different from your friends because part of making a prediction, like it says right here, is using your own ideas. So we get a lot of ideas for predictions from personal experience, things that we've been through. So that's why your prediction might be a little bit different than someone else's. We make predictions in the beginning of books, in the middle of books, and at the end of books. And what that looks like at the beginning is when we make predictions at the beginning of a book, we do it before we even begin reading. We look at the title and the author of a book. We can tell a lot by the title. We can also sometimes tell a lot by the author. If it's an author that likes to write the same type of genre of books, we can tell a lot by who writes the books. We can also tell a lot by the cover of the book, the picture on the front. Usually that's what draws you into a type of book is you look at the picture and it's very appealing to you. You can relate to it. It looks like something you like. And you can usually tell a little bit what the book is going to be about. Then a lot of times on the back of a book, there's a little blurb or a summary that gives you just a short little synopsis of what the book is going to be about. After reading that, you might have some new predictions of what the book might be about. Then you can even read the first couple pages or the first chapter. And when you're finished doing that, you can use that information to revise or change your prediction. When we make a prediction in the middle of a book, we stop, we take the information that we've read and that we've learned reading thus far, and we can change our predictions or add to our predictions. That's the cool thing about predictions is they can change. And then at the end of a book, when we're done reading a book, we want to go back to our beginning prediction and see if it's the same and see if we were correct. And again, it's okay if we're not right. So let's just start by this easy little visual prediction. We are trying to figure out what's for dinner. So here's the ingredients I have. I have some noodles. I have some sauce. I have some ground beef. This ground beef hasn't been cooked yet. That's raw ground beef. And then I have some Parmesan cheese. I wonder what's for dinner. I want you to look at all of these ingredients and think about what I might be making for dinner tonight. If you said spaghetti, you are exactly right. Your prediction was right. Now, not everybody likes spaghetti. Not everybody's had spaghetti before, but you've probably had some sort of experience in your life where you've been around spaghetti and you could figure out that those four ingredients together make spaghetti. Now, separate, those four ingredients could make other things, but when we put them together, we can predict that we're going to have spaghetti for dinner. So this is what it looks like when it's all cooked. My noodles are cooked, my beef is cooked, it's mixed up with my spaghetti sauce, and I put some grated cheese. We did have spaghetti for dinner tonight. Okay, here's some other examples of predictions. 3 examples of predictions. One everyday example that you're probably familiar with is the weather forecast. We make predictions of what to wear based on the weather forecast. So the weatherman doesn't always know exactly what the weather is going to be. They are making predictions. Their job is based on predictions. So they take information from the past, They use lots of technology to help them predict what the weather is going to be. And then we use that weather prediction to help us decide what we're going to wear. Another type of prediction is a movie title. So my students and I talked about this this past week when we were doing drawing conclusions. We used the movie title Zootopia, and we kind of broke it down to try to figure out, just based on the picture and the movie title, what the movie was going to be about. And you can do that with lots of different movies. Let's look at this one right here, The Secret Life of Pets. We don't even have a picture. We just have the title of the movie. And I'm sure you've all seen Secret Life of Pets or heard about it, so you probably know what it's about now. But if you never heard of it before, or before you saw it, you probably could figure out what it was going to be about just based on its title, The Secret Life of Pets. Secret life, that tells me they don't want us to know about it, because secret's something that we don't want other people to know for whatever reason. A pet is an animal that lives with you. So this is about probably some silly pets that have a secret life that we as their owners don't know about. Another type of prediction is a newspaper headline. Now, this might not be as familiar to you because you may not read the newspaper, but as adults, we make predictions about text based on the headlines or titles. So this gives us lots of information and news about what's going on in the world around us. It can be in the country, it can be in our state, or it can just be in our little town. All right, we're going to give it a try. I am going to read this little blurb to you, and you are going to listen, and you are going to decide and make a prediction about what you think is going to happen next. You could even look at this picture right here and say, and make a prediction before I even read. What do you think this little passage is going to be about? All right, let's read it. Jenny and Rachel were excited about going to the beach. They set up their chairs and towels. Then a wind picked up. Rachel looked up and saw big gray clouds. What will happen next? I want you to stop and think about what your prediction is about what's going to happen next based on what I just read. If you said that probably going to be a thunderstorm, then you're right. Because usually, from experience and what we know about big gray clouds, excuse me, what we know about big gray clouds, that usually means a thunderstorm is coming. When it gets windy, we see those big clouds out. We should probably pack up our things and go back into shelter, whether it's our car or a hotel or a beach house. We need to get under cover because it's probably going to storm. All right, let's try another one. Listen to this. You could probably look at this picture right here and make a small prediction about what you think this passage might be about. All right, here we go. The soccer game was tied 2-2 with 3 minutes left to play. The home team got fouled. Jessica had a chance for a free kick. She focused and kicked the ball hard. What will happen next? Now, like I said at the beginning of the lesson, all these predictions might be different, and that's okay. This one could have a lot of different outcomes. You might have had a soccer game before where something like this happened, and so your prediction is going to be based on that. You might have watched a soccer game where something like this happened. You might have never seen a soccer game before in your life, and you're just making a prediction on what you think is going to happen based on what I read and based on the picture. And you know what? That's okay. So I want you to think about what is going to happen next. I'm going to read it one more time to you. The soccer game was tied 2-2 with 3 minutes left to play. The home team got fouled. Jessica had a chance for a free kick. She focused and kicked the ball hard. What will happen next? All right, let's see what you think. Now, my prediction is that she focused and she kicked the ball so hard that she made it. And that means her team was up 3-2 with 3 minutes left. And they're probably going to win the game. Another prediction could have been that she missed it. We don't know for certain that she makes that ball into the goal. And if they miss it, then they're still going to be tied and there's still a chance for the other team to win, or there's still a chance for them to win. So any prediction you made that was around that type of scenario with what would happen if she kicked the ball in or if she missed it would be correct. Like I said, it's based on your life experiences. So your prediction might have been different than mine. Okay, that's all I have for you about predictions. But before you go, we're going to take what you learned today and we are going to run it over into your Class Connect session for next week with your teacher. So I want you to think about what I'm going to read to you. And you're going to make a prediction. You're going to keep that prediction in your head, and it's going to be part of your warm-up for reading class next week. So listen up. Jackson and Tatum gathered some water, snacks, sunscreen, their swimsuits, and towels. Think about where they might be going and be ready to tell your teacher in class next week what your prediction is. One more time. Jackson and Tatum gathered some water, snacks, sunscreen, their swimsuit, and towels. Think about where they might be going and be ready to tell your teacher in class next week what your prediction is. Where do you think they're going? Think about it. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. You were fabulous. Thanks for listening to me. Make sure you fill out the exit ticket at the end of this so that your teacher knows you watched it. Bye.